Get ready for a massive match day as we dive deep into the Fantasy Bundesliga strategy. Our expert writers have crunched the numbers and assembled two high-octane squads for Matchday 30, packed with low-ownership gems like Leopold Korfeld and Said El Mala. We are talking about critical roster builds featuring Jamal Musiala and Patrick Schick, designed to dominate the competition while staying under the strict 110 million budget cap.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Big transfer news is shaking up the league, as Turkish giants Fenerbahçe make a bold move to bring defensive powerhouse Min-Jae back for a second stint. With his playing time at Bayern Munich dwindling behind competition like Jonathan Tah and Dayot Upamecano, a high-stakes meeting between his advisors and the club has already taken place. Will the former Serie A star choose a return to Istanbul or head toward a rumored move to Juventus? The tension is boiling over for the upcoming Nordderby, as Werder Bremen looks to rebound after a crushing loss and a red card for captain Marco Friedl. They face off against bitter rivals Hamburg in a high-stakes clash where every point matters for survival. The drama is compounded by injury concerns surrounding Hamburg star defender Luka Vuskovic, whose status remains uncertain as parent club Tottenham keeps a watchful eye on their valuable asset. Finally, the transfer market is heating up with Bayern Munich setting a firm €30 million cap in their pursuit of Feyenoord right-back Givairo. Manchester City is lurking in the shadows, ready to spark a bidding war for the 19-year-old sensation that could change the future of the position. Stay ahead of all the action by clicking that like button and hitting subscribe with the bell notification turned on to never miss an update. Ever feel like your Fantasy Bundesliga squad is playing it too safe? If you want to climb those leaderboards for Matchday 30, you need to stop chasing the obvious picks and start hunting for value. Today, our expert writers have stepped up to the plate, putting their reputations on the line with two high-stakes squads built under the strict, under 20% ownership rule. We are talking about a 110 million budget limit, a maximum of 3 players per club, and the golden ticket, that captaincy spot that doubles your points. It is a balancing act of precision and guts. Let's dive into squad number 1. This build is a masterclass in calculated risk, anchored by defensive stalwarts like Union Berlin's Leopold Korfeld and Leverkusen's Edmund Tapsoba. But the real spice is in the attack, with high-ceiling, low-ownership gems like Igor Matanovic and the ultra-rare Nicholas Jackson. With Jamal Musiala wearing the captain's armband, this team is banking on big individual performances to break the 109 million mark. Now, flip the script to squad number 2. This lineup leans heavily into value, highlighting the incredible bargain of Derek Curhan at 0% ownership. It's an aggressive setup that redistributes funds toward midfield dynamos like Nadim Amiri, keeping that core of Musiala and Tapsoba intact. Both squads are daring, both are optimized, and both are ready to shake up your league. Which strategy wins, the defensive solidity of Squad 1 or the sheer midfield depth of Squad 2? Drop a comment below with your pick. If you found these insights helpful, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more tactical breakdowns. Remember, in Fantasy Bundesliga, fortune favors the bold. Good luck this match day. Could we be seeing a spectacular homecoming for one of the world's most elite defenders? If the latest reports from Turkey are to be believed, Fenerbahçe is plotting a daring move to bring Min-Jae back to Istanbul. It sounds like the stuff of football dreams, right? According to reliable Turkish journalist Serkan Hamzioglu, high-level discussions have already started, with a meeting reportedly held between Kim's advisors and the Fenerbahçe brass just this past Thursday. Now, why would a defensive rock who just commanded a €50 million transfer to Bayern Munich consider a return to Turkey? Well, the reality at the Allianz Arena hasn't exactly gone to plan lately. Despite his reputation, Kim has found himself slipping down the pecking order, often relegated to a backup role behind Jonathan Tah and Dayot Upamecano. It's a frustrating scenario for a player of his caliber, and when minutes disappear, rumors start to swirl. Of course, Fenerbahçe isn't the only one circling the wagons. With Italy's Gazzetta dello Sport hinting that Juventus is also sniffing around for his signature, we are looking at a classic tug-of-war for one of Asia's biggest stars. Do you think Kim should fight for his place in Munich, or is it time for him to rediscover his mojo elsewhere? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for your daily dose of transfer chaos. After all, in the world of football, the only thing more unpredictable than the game itself is the transfer market. The Nordderby is back, and frankly, the timing couldn't be more stressful for Werder Bremen. If you think the Bundesliga relegation battle is just background noise, think again. Because for Bremen, this weekend isn't just about 3 points. It's about survival and pure, unadulterated local pride. Let's dive into why this clash at the top of the north is essentially a powder keg waiting to blow. Bremen's last outing against Köln was a disaster class in how to make your own life difficult. An early penalty conceded, a questionable red card for captain Marco Friedl, and suddenly you're playing catch-up against the clock. They showed heart, sure, but heart doesn't show up in the standings when you leave empty-handed. Now, they sit only 3 points above the playoff spot. It's a precarious position where one bad bounce can send you tumbling into a nightmare scenario. And here is the kicker. They have to face Hamburg, a team that has already beaten them once this season by coming back from a goal down. If Bremen drops this one at home, the psychological fallout could be catastrophic for their remaining games. But looking at their injury report, you have to wonder if they have the personnel to stop the rot. With Friedl out and a laundry list of questionable starters like Jens Stage, they are walking wounded heading into the biggest game of the year. On the other side, Hamburg is breathing a little easier, but only by a thread. They haven't tasted victory in 4 matches, and while a top-flight finish looks likely, the math isn't on their side just yet. The big question mark for HSV is the status of defensive anchor Luka Vuskovic. We're talking about a guy whose transfer value is exploding, and with his parent club, Tottenham, likely looking at a massive payday, there is a fascinating tug-of-war happening behind the scenes. Does he risk his knee for a rivalry match, or does the club protect their golden asset? That choice alone could define the tactical shape of this derby. Hamburg would love nothing more than to sweep their bitter rivals, effectively putting a nail in the coffin of Bremen's confidence. This is high-stakes football at its grittiest. Will Bremen find the grit to rewrite the script, or will Hamburg complete a season sweep and leave their neighbors in total turmoil? Don't miss this one. It's going to be absolute bedlam on the pitch. If you want to keep up with every twist and turn of the relegation race, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss a breakdown. At the end of the day, derbies aren't won on paper, they're won by the side that refuses to blink first. Who do you think takes the north this weekend? Let me know in the comments below. Is the next big thing in European football about to spark a summer bidding war? Bayern Munich is setting their sights on Feyenoord's rising star, Givairo, but there is a major catch in their recruitment strategy. The 19-year-old right-back has been turning heads across the continent, and now it seems Manchester City has officially entered the chat. It is a classic transfer saga in the making. The German giants want to bolster their flanks, but they aren't willing to break the bank to do it. According to Bild's Christian Falk, Bayern has drawn a hard line in the sand with a €30 million transfer cap. That is a bold move in today's market, especially with a financial powerhouse like City lurking in the shadows. If Pep Guardiola's side decides to open the checkbook and blow that figure out of the water, Bayern's pursuit could hit a dead end before it truly begins. It poses an interesting question. Is 30 million a fair valuation, or is Bayern gambling with a talent they simply can't afford to lose? Let us know in the comments. Do you think Reed should choose the history of Munich or the tactical project at the Etihad? Hit that subscribe button for more updates as this race heats up, and remember, in the transfer market, the price is only ever what someone is willing to pay.